As we all know, promoting gender equality in any institution is essential to ensure that no one is left behind regardless of gender. This is where gender sensitive indicators become important as they help assess whether programs and policies are truly gender responsive and inclusive. In this video, we will be interviewing members of Norso community to explore their perspectives on gender responsiveness and the use of gender sensitive indicators within the university. Okay guys, I have here with Ma'am.
Barillo. Ma'am Relly Maria Barillo of the College of Business Administration.
Okay, I just want to ask you a few questions, ma'am, about promoting gender equality. So, as we all know, promoting gender equality and inclusivity in any institutions like NORSO is important part of creating a fair and responsive academic environment. So, my question goes like this. What are your thoughts on the gender-sensitive indicators used in NORSO?
When you say gender sensitive indicators, actually we rely on different republic acts. So our government is actually into that. There are several RAs or the Republic Act, which is actually based on the several laws and policies which are made by the GAD or the Gender and Development Implementation. There are actually the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Okay, so the law and recognizes the role of women in nation building. No? So before, women are not allowed to work. Only men.
Knowing the gender sensitive indicators here in Orso, ma'am, how do you think these gender sensitive indicators reflect the responsiveness of the university?
Okay. Actually, we are so responsive, no? So, when you say indicators, those are what I mentioned a while ago. Those are the Republic Act or the RAs that actually we rely on them to protect the students in URSO. Okay, we go back to those law or policies that are made by the government. It's also not only a mandate by the government, it's also from the CHED, which is our university is mandated by the Commission on Higher Education. Okay, so that's the very most important thing that that's happening, no, in our university.
And last question, ma'am, do you think these indicators are effective in measuring gender responsiveness or gender equality within the university?
When we describe that, is the equal hiring, promotion, pay benefits for women and men. Okay, that's one example. Okay, another one is the women's participation in leadership, like our vice president. No, it's women, or like our VPAA. Okay, Vice President for Academic Affairs, no, Dr. Libertine de Guzman. And those are leaders in our university, and Dr. Mary V. Catada is the VP for planning, no? Okay, so those are indicators that those women participates in leadership.
I'm Judy Cornelia, Associate Professor 5
Thank you so much.
from College of Teacher Education, Program Chair in BTLED.
Okay, good day, ma'am. I am Renal Banghel, a third year hospitality management student, and I want to ask your thoughts on the indicator used in NURSO.
Well, actually, talking about the thoughts about gender responsiveness, this gives a very big impact to the education as of now. Why? Because students now are educated in terms of how we handle this kind of people. Actually, it is just they are what you call this, a human being, but we need to respect also their feelings, no? And aside for that, it helps also create understanding about individual.
So I believe our institution, NORSU, is very open with gender, no? So, and we are very diverse here in our institution. And I believe that in that case, no, I feel like NORSU is very open regardless of your background, regardless of your identity. And as much as you are capable of doing the responsibility or doing the job here in NORSU, then maybe you're a student, a faculty, or someone who is working inside the institution is open and accepted regardless of your identity and your background.